Can you believe it? Just one simple action in the first hour after waking up can dramatically boost your sexual health, even past 60. So many men I work with start feeling weaker and assume it's just a normal part of aging. But that's not the case. Recent clinical studies show the real issue isn't age, it's blood flow, especially in the tiny vessels that supply your genitals. A major Harvard study revealed that over 70% of erection problems aren't due to low testosterone, as many believe, but rather poor circulation in the penile tissues. And here's the most surprising part. This blockage often starts with subtle morning habits you completely overlook. Without realizing it, you could be sabotaging your vitality right when you wake up. I've worked with countless men who, just like you, thought there was nothing left to do. Men who came to me feeling defeated, repeating phrases like, "I'm not the same anymore," or, "I guess it's just normal at my age." But let me tell you, your body hasn't given up. It's just waiting for the right signals. How you start your morning can determine whether you preserve your masculine energy or squander it. The culprit behind sexual decline isn't age itself, but what happens in your blood vessels, even if your hormone levels seem normal. Those tiny conduits in the pelvic area tend to stiffen and lose flexibility over time. This condition is known as endothelial dysfunction. When your blood vessels stop expanding correctly, your performance suffers too. Your mind might be willing, but your body simply doesn't respond. Imagine your penis like a sponge. To function properly, it needs to fill with blood. But if the conduits are blocked or rigid, that sponge stays flat, no matter how much you desire it. Now, here's the good news. This isn't permanent damage. Your body has an incredible capacity to regenerate. All it needs are the right signals. Simple habits like proper hydration, gentle movement, and intelligent nutrition can reactivate the production of nitric oxide, a vital molecule that helps relax and dilate your blood vessels. I've seen so many men who thought all hope was lost rediscover their vitality simply by making small changes to their morning routine, all without pills, injections, or expensive interventions. The key is to stop blaming age and start looking at those daily details that truly make a difference. Your body is still capable. It just needs to receive the right messages. If you're still reading, I'm genuinely glad. It means you care about your health, and that's the first step toward recovery. So tell me in the comments, are you ready to ditch the excuses and take control? Type 1 if you're with me. Here's the most important thing. This isn't permanent damage. Your body has an incredible capacity to recover when it receives the correct signals. And the most powerful signal you can give it is how you start your morning. Small habits like proper hydration, a bit of gentle movement, and thoughtful nutrition aren't minor things. They are, in fact, biological messages that tell your body, it's time to wake up, to activate, to function as it should. I've seen many men who thought their time had passed look at themselves in the mirror with pride again, simply by modifying how they begin their day. The first thing you need to let go of is that belief that it's too late, that you're condemned by age. That belief, however harmless it seems, has a physical impact. It affects hormones, the nervous system, even blood pressure. That's why my first recommendation always is, and it's this: stop blaming your age and start observing those small choices you make every morning. Think about what usually happens. Many men wake up, check their phone, don't drink water, don't move, and sometimes don't even eat a good breakfast. They leave home on an empty stomach with a cup of coffee as their only fuel. What they don't realize is that overnight, the body loses a significant amount of water, and upon waking, the blood is thicker. That means it flows more slowly. And when that happens, the genital area is one of the first to suffer. Circulation doesn't reach it as it should. Nitric oxide isn't activated, vessels don't dilate, and the whole system remains in a kind of off-pause. This has a name in medicine: the physiological activation phase. It's a critical moment. If you don't take advantage of it, everything that comes later in the day will have less impact. Your hormones won't function the same. Your mental clarity will be affected. Even your emotional capacity to connect with others decreases. That's why I insist so much on this point. Do not underestimate your morning. Now, let me explain how you can reverse that. The first thing you should do when you open your eyes is drink water. 2 glasses, not cold, not with sugar or flavorings, just room temperature water. That's enough to thin your blood, help it flow better, and start reactivating your entire system, from your heart to the smallest vessels that supply the pelvic area. It's not magic, it's pure biology. After that, move. But I'm not talking about strenuous exercise. You only need 2 or 3 minutes of gentle movement. Walk around the house, move your arms, stretch your neck, rotate your hips, breathe deeply. This awakens your sympathetic nervous system, which activates internal organs, increases body temperature, and improves oxygenation. In simple terms, it tells your body it's no longer asleep, it's time to work. Finally, eat a good breakfast. Not just any breakfast. It should be one that supports your circulation, your hormonal system, and sustained energy. Avoid simple carbohydrates like white bread, cookies, or industrial cereals. What I recommend are foods rich in antioxidants and healthy fats. Boiled eggs, avocado, pumpkin or chia seeds, unsweetened Greek yogurt, dark fruits like blackberries or blueberries. Even a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil can be a great help, taken alone or with breakfast. When you do this consistently, day after day, your body starts to respond. Flow improves, morning erections reappear, you feel more energy during the day, and you notice a clarity you haven't felt in a long time. Even sleep improves. And the best part is, you don't need any expensive treatments or medications, just 3 simple actions: hydrate, move, and nourish. And above all, commit to yourself. I know it sounds too simple, but simple actions, when done well and consistently, can be transformative. I've seen it too many times to have any doubts. Science backs it up, and the results in real men confirm it. So if you're wondering where to start, don't look for complex solutions. Start here, with your morning, because that's where your recovery begins. Sometimes people ask me, how long does it take to notice a real change? The answer, surprisingly, is that in many cases, the first effects are felt in just a few days. I'm not talking about a complete, immediate transformation, but clear, unmistakable signs that the body has started to respond. These signals are important. They are the body's language when it wants to tell you that you're on the right track. Some men wake up one morning feeling more warmth in their legs. Others notice they no longer get up to use the bathroom as often at night. Some simply say, "Today I felt more focused at work." Others, more reserved, write me messages like, "I don't remember the last time I felt that when I woke up." And that needs no explanation. We know what they mean. It's an internal message, a reaffirmation that they are still alive, potent, present. One of the most beautiful things about accompanying these processes is seeing how, as physical function improves, attitude also transforms. The way they walk, how they relate, how they speak, they not only regain firmness in their body but also regain firmness in their identity. And that is priceless. But I want to be honest with you. It's not just about hydrating, moving, and eating a good breakfast. Those are the first steps. But if you truly want to solidify that change, you need to accompany it with a new mindset, one that understands that consistency is more powerful than any supplement, that connection with your body is a process, not a transaction. That's why I want to share a tool that many men have started to incorporate after stabilizing their morning routine, a simple yet highly effective natural tonic. It's warm water with turmeric and a pinch of black pepper. Sounds simple, right? But its impact can be profound. Turmeric contains curcumin, a powerful natural anti-inflammatory that acts directly on blood vessels, helping to reduce arterial stiffness and promote capillary dilation. Black pepper, in turn, enhances the absorption of curcumin by up to 2,000%. In other words, without the pepper, the turmeric doesn't get where it needs to go. But together, they form a tonic that not only supports circulation but also protects the prostate, reduces oxidative stress, and improves cellular oxygenation. The way to prepare it is very simple. Half a glass of warm, not boiling, water, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, and a pinch of freshly ground black pepper. Drink it on an empty stomach after your plain water and before breakfast. It's a simple, accessible, and effective habit. Many men have told me that after a week of drinking this, they feel less stiffness in the mornings, less pressure in the pelvis, and even more mental agility. It's not a magic remedy, but it is a powerful boost that enhances what you're already building with your new routine. And here's where it gets interesting. When these new habits begin to intertwine and repeat day after day, your body stops being in defense mode and starts entering restoration mode. You notice it in your skin, your digestion, your mood, and, of course, in your intimate function. Blood flow improves, pelvic floor muscles tone up, nerve endings reactivate, and your entire system aligns with vitality. Remember, it's not just about the physical. Sexual health is also emotional, mental, relational. That's why these changes also impact how you relate to yourself and others. Your partner notices it, you feel it, and little by little, without realizing it, you become a fuller version of yourself. This isn't about going back in time. It's not about being the young man you once were. It's about being the man you are now, with more wisdom, more presence, and yes, more potency. Potency understood not just as physical capacity, but as a way of being in the world with determination, connection, and inner strength. And that's what I want for you. To remember that your body still can, to understand that there's no age to reconnect with yourself, and to trust that every choice you make each morning is a vote in favor of your health, your energy, and your masculinity. Many times, I'm asked, what if I fail again? Because after a week, 10 days, some men feel an improvement, and then for some reason, they regress. Maybe a night of bad sleep, a stressful day, a heavy meal, and everything seems to fall apart. I want you to know that this is normal. It's part of the process. You're not failing. You're learning to create a new rhythm with your body. Just as vitality isn't lost overnight, it's not recovered linearly either. The important thing is not to give up. Choose yourself again the next day, drink the water again, move again, nourish yourself well again. With each repetition, your body receives the message that you are committed. And that commitment translates into physiological stability. Hormones that regulate, blood vessels that expand more easily, organs that work with less effort. Consistency is more powerful than any supplement or fleeting treatment. I've seen men who had lost all confidence in themselves completely transform without changing anything else but their mornings. They didn't need a prescription or complicated therapy, just perseverance. Weeks later, they write to me saying things like, "I felt like myself again," or, "Finally, I feel like I have control over my body." And I assure you, those phrases don't come from nowhere. They are the reflection of a real, profound change that starts with the most basic thing: self-respect. Often, men carry a silent pressure, the idea that they must always be strong, always available, always in control. But no one teaches them that self-care is also part of that strength, that paying attention to oneself, taking pauses, choosing what to eat, what to think, what to feel, is also virility, also power. That's why I want you to understand this. Recovering your vitality isn't just a matter of blood flow. It's a way of reconnecting with yourself, of feeling that what you do has an impact, that you're not just reacting to the passage of time, but actively choosing how to live it, because at this age, the most valuable thing you have is your consciousness, and when you act from there, everything changes. In many cases, men who have consistently followed this routine report not only physical improvements but also an emotional transformation. They feel more present with their partners, more emotionally stable, more clear in their decisions. And that's because intimate health is deeply intertwined with mental and emotional health. It's not possible to separate them. When your body responds, your mind also aligns, and then a new stage begins. More conscious, more powerful, more free. And yes, some days you might not feel motivated. You might want to skip the water, find the healthy breakfast boring, or not feel like moving. And on those days, I want you to remember why you started. You didn't do it just for yourself. You did it for your dignity, for your confidence, for your right to feel good in your own body, for the possibility of looking in the mirror not with resignation, but with pride. You're not here to give up. You're here to reconnect with your energy, with your desire, with your inner strength. You don't have to prove anything to anyone, only to yourself. And believe me, when you give that step, when you decide to take care of yourself, listen to yourself, and prioritize yourself, everything else begins to get in place. My final and most important recommendation is that before incorporating any supplement, remedy, or major change in your diet or routine, you talk to your medical professional. Every body is different, and although these tips are thought to be safe and natural, it's always better to do it with professional support. Preventive medicine is the best ally for a long and full life. Thank you for staying with me. If you're reading this, it's because you're taking your health seriously, and that already puts you in a different place. Remember that every morning you have a new opportunity to send yourself the correct message. And if you keep constant, little by little, your body will thank you in the best way, returning energy, firmness, and well-being.